Welcome back to Sunday Pips. Like always, I'll be showing you my best pairs to trade for next week. AUDUSD predicted this move to perfection, and obviously just because I predicted this move doesn't guarantee that I'm able to predict the next. And that's why I have multiple pairs. I have no clue which pairs will end up playing out. So AUDUSD weekly time frame is bullish. Daily is also bullish, closed above the previous structure point, pulling back, retesting round psychological level 500 and this area of interest that I identified on the daily time frame. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's probably more points to the left. It's very well respected, but I would prefer if price put back to this second area of interest instead. Why? Because this area of interest is very well respected both on the daily and the weekly time frame. If we go up to the weekly time frame, as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. Whenever price comes from above, it is used as support. Whenever price comes from under, it is used as resistance. It's very well respected. And if we go down to the daily time frame, whenever price comes from under, it's used as resistance, and whenever price comes from above, it is used as support. And there's multiple touches. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just too many touches. Very well respected. And if we look at the first area of interest, is very well respected on the daily time frame, like I said, but on the weekly time frame, it's not that well respected. We only have like one touch. I'm guessing like this one right here, and if I zoom out, you can see there's like not that many. So price pulling back to the second area of interest would be even better, because the stronger the area of interest I take my buy on, the better, and the better I feel. But since this area of interest is also very well respected on the daily time frame and is also a valid area of interest, if price does what I want from here, or what I'm going to be waiting for right here, I would definitely consider taking buys. And what am I going to be waiting for? For all right now is bearish, but it don't matter. We have the weekly and the daily time frame bullish. On the 1 hour, I'm going to be waiting for price to do something like this. Right now on the 1 hour, we are bearish. This is the lower high, and this down here is the lower low. I'm gonna be waiting for 1 hour to have a pullback, close under the lower low, creating a new lower low, and then go up, close above the lower high, shift bullish, and then I will enter my buys depending on how the current price action looks. And then take profit will probably be placed at the daily structure point. Next pair is GBPCAD. GBPCAD weekly time frame is bullish. This is one of the pairs I had this week, and I have it again on my list for next week because I love how it looks. This week, I was waiting for it to pull back to this area of interest. Price was somewhere around here. I was waiting for it to pull back to the zone, then look for buys, but it took the whole week just to pull back. That's cool. Maybe this week it might then have the move. I'm gonna be waiting for price to break above this zone perfectly like this and retest. Then I'm gonna look for the shift of structure on the lower time frames, like right here, then enter buys. I don't like where price is right now. It's kind of like under the area of interest. There's a chance it might use it as resistance. Like right now, I'm imagining the next weekly candle looking like this, but it might end up looking like this instead, because price is kind of under the area of interest. It might end up using it as resistance, like I said, and then go to the downside. As you can see, kind of did the same thing right here. Put back resistance. Actually, price is like right around where this happened. It might do it again. So that's why I'm gonna be waiting for price to perfectly break above my area of interest first, like this, and maybe retest the EMA on the 4 hour. The EMA will probably drop down like this when price breaks above, and then use it as support to then extra confluence to then buy the take the AUDCAD. Another pair I had on my list. Now that I look at it, most of these pairs are the same ones that I had this week. Guess they just look good for next week. Weekly time frame is bearish. Daily also bearish. Lower high, lower low. And if I zoom in right here, you can see that price never closed above this line, meaning that this is the correct lower high on the daily time frame. 4 hour is also bearish. And since I had this pair on my list, let's just do a quick review. Last week price was somewhere around here. I was waiting for price to either go up, close above this 4 hour higher high, creating a new higher high, and then go down, close under, shifting bearish, and then wait for a pullback, then sells. Or from where price was at, go down, close under the higher low, shifting bearish, and then I just wait for a pullback, shift of structure on the lower time frames, then sells. Looks like the first option is what ended up happening. As you can see, price went up, closed above the higher high on the 4 hour, creating a new higher high, and then went down, shifting bearish, and then even gave me the pullback into the small area of interest, just like how I wanted. And we got that shift of structure on the lower time frame, I believe on the like 30 minute went up, shifted bullish to create the pullback into the zone. Then once it got here, clean shift of structure, close under the higher low, then price went down, but did not enter any sales on this pair for some reason. And as you can see now on the weekly time frame, we have finally created that rejection candle I was talking about last week. Perfect. But this doesn't mean the price can't still do this. It definitely can. But this right here, this is good. This is perfect. Now for next week, I'm gonna be waiting for price to pull back to this zone, pull back, shift of structure on the lower time frame, just like right here, then sells. It's very simple. Here's something some of you probably don't understand. There's a lot of moves I'm cool with price doing on each time frame, but out of all of those moves, when I'm going over these pairs, I just pick like one or two to talk about. For example, like let's say on AUDUSD, let's go like on the 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour, cool. For example, on the 4 hour, I'm cool with price doing this, like breaking above this area of interest and then like pulling back, and then I'm just gonna wait for like a shift of structure on the lower time frames, then buys. And I'm also cool with price doing this, going up, even better, closing above the lower high, shifting bullish, and then pulling back, and then I just wait for a shift of structure, then buys. And I'm also cool with price going down, closing under the lower low, creating a new lower low, and then going up, closing above the lower high, shifting bullish, and then pull back, then I look for buys. I'm also cool with that. And like I told you, out of all of these moves, I just pick like one or two to talk about. Let's say I'm breaking down these pairs and then I decide to pick this move to talk about. Meaning when I go over these pairs, when I get to AUDUSD, I'm going to be like AUDUSD, I'm going to be waiting for 4 hour to go up, close above the lower high, shifting bullish, and then I'm going to wait for a pullback, then a shift of structure, then buys. Just because I didn't go over these other moves doesn't mean I'm not cool with price doing this or the other moves that I didn't mention. And here's the problem. For some reason, because I never go over all of these moves to make the video shorter, for some reason there's always that one person in the comment that be like, actually waiting for 4 hours to shift bullish isn't a bad idea. Really, bro? Just because I didn't go over it doesn't mean I'm not cool with it. AUDNZD weekly time frame is bearish. Looks like price might be going up to this area of inches again, which is why I'm gonna be looking for buys in this potential move up. On the daily time frame, we are bullish. Lower low, actually market structure closed above the lower high, shifting bullish. Is that market structure? Hold on, let me just zoom in. Okay, market structure, price went up, closed above the lower high, shifting bullish, pull back, went up, closed above the previous high, creating a new higher high. And right now looks like we're rejecting off of the EMA. That's cool. 4 hour, we are also bullish. This is gonna be like a day trade if it does work out. On the 4 hour, we are bullish. Like I said, created this beautiful morning star pattern. I'm gonna be waiting for price to put back into this area of interest again, give me some kind of bullish indication to then take this trade to the upside. If price for some reason ends up pulling back and then closes under the higher low on the 4 hour, I will no longer be interested. GBPUSD had this pair on my list too. Weekly time frame is bullish, daily time frame also bullish. On Sunday, price was somewhere around here. I was waiting for a pullback to then look for longs. Took the whole week just to pull back. Maybe next week we will then have the move up. On the 4 hour, we are currently bearish, lower high, and then lower low. I'm gonna be waiting for price to pull back, give me some kind of bullish confirmation to then take this trade to the upside. Very easy, very simple. EuroCAD, all the time frames are bullish except for the 4 hour. Weekly time frame is bullish, daily also bullish, 4 hour is bearish. On EuroCAD, I'm thinking sales. I do believe that from where prices are right now, we could start like having a huge move to the downside. Why? If we zoom out or if we look to the left, whenever price like makes it to this line on the weekly time frame or in any other time frame, if I go to the daily time frame, same thing. The same thing, but let's just go back to the weekly time frame since it looks cleaner on here. Whenever price makes it around this line, it has this like massive move to the downside. Happened right here too. Price wicked into this line and then dropped, and back here too. When price made it to this line, when we had this pullback, use it as resistance, and then price had this move to the downside. So that's why I do believe that price from where we are right now, since we're around that line, price from here might have some huge move to the downside. But I'm not planning on taking any trades on this pair. I just like got it on here for education purposes only. I'm curious. I want to see what will happen. And here's something I suggest y'all start doing. If you ever see a pair in like a weird position, meaning just the setup like looks different, the setup you ain't never seen it, add it on your watch list and just like see what happens, so that next time whenever you see a pair that has like the same kind of setup, you can use that setup as an example. You get what I'm saying? Whatever, let's move on to the next pair. AUDJPY weekly time frame is bullish, daily time frame is also bullish, and on the 4 hour we are also bullish. I really do love how this pair looks on the 4 hour and the daily, but I really don't like how the weekly looks. I don't like how each blue candle that like forms is like smaller than the previous blue candle. What that might mean is that buyers are getting weak and sellers might come in and then like drive the price to the downside. For example, what was that pair? I think AUDCAD. Yeah, perfect. AUDCAD, as y'all can see, this pullback we created on the weekly time frame. Each candle that came after is like smaller than the previous candle, and then at some point, boom, price just dropped when the candles like got small enough. This might happen on AUDJPY, and that's bad because I might enter buys on this pair just for the sellers to come in and then drive price to the downside. That's why I don't have this pair on the list. I have doubts. I'm gonna just keep an eye on it, so we're gonna see what happens. I will consider buys if on the 1 hour, if price breaks above the zone retest, then cool, nice. And that's the last pair on my list, so peace.